Hello, everybody. Welcome back. August 25th. Thank you for joining me for another episode of Faith Filled Friday. We're going to give just a few seconds, under a minute, for the signal to get out to the world that we're here, that I'm broadcasting, and that we're going to spend some time devotionalizing, if that's a word, centering on our faith for a moment on this Friday, or whenever it is you tend to watch this. I know that a lot of you can't be here when we're live, but you watch it back later, and I appreciate that, and I think that's great. So here we go. Welcome to another episode of Faith Filled Friday. Steve Meldy from Christ Presbyterian Church in Tucson, Arizona. It is my honor and pleasure to come on Fridays at noon Tucson time just to share a little devotion of faith, a little hope, a little challenge, a little reminder to keep God centered in our lives as God keeps us so centered in God's life. And this month of August, I've been using the book Jesus Calling by Sarah Young. She's my favorite devotional writer, and she just writes these daily devotions on behalf of God. In a sense, through the voice of Jesus, she uses her creative imagination to come up with them, and I really appreciate them. They help me grow in my faith. So let me share with you what she writes for the devotion on today, August 25th. I am the eternal I am. I always have been, and I always will be. In my presence, you experience love and light, peace and joy. I am intimately involved in all your moments, and I am training you to be aware of me at all times. Your assignment is to collaborate with me in this training process. I have taken up residence within you. I am central in your innermost being. Your mind goes off in tangents from its holy center time after time. Do not be alarmed by your inability to remain focused on me. Simply bring your thoughts gently back to me each time they wander. The quickest way to redirect your mind to me is to whisper my name. I've been in this faith journey a long time. I've been guiding people for quite a while in faith journey. And what I appreciate about today's devotion from Sarah Young is her reminder that maybe she's a lot like me. I take time to be quiet and listen or just be present with God. But it doesn't take but 3 or 4 or 5 seconds for my mind to begin to wander, to think about all the other things, to scratch and itch, and I get distracted and it frustrates me. And then I start thinking, I'm not a very faithful person, and I'm really sorry, God, and I'm not worthy of being here. And there have been times I've walked away from my prayer life because I just can't stay centered. And then I get reminders like this of how patient God is with me, with all of us. I think God understands that we get easily distracted and invites us simply to whisper God's name again. I have found that when I've gone to be quiet with God, to try to center my time with God, and my mind wanders, that truly, she's right. All I have to do is whisper God's name, and my mind and my body shifts. And I work at simply being with God. I guess I'm getting better at it. I'm still not really great at it. I have a busy life, and things distract me pretty easily. What was it from the movie Up? Squirrel. And off my mind goes. But what I don't do anymore is beat myself up about that. And I simply whisper God's name and come back into being present with God. I invite you to do the same. It's a journey, and it takes practice. God is near. Our job is to notice. And there is a lot in life to distract us otherwise. But God allows you then to simply whisper God's name and see. So keep trying. Keep working at it. Be patient with yourself as God is so patient with us. Keep going. Grace and peace to you this day. Pastor Steve Meldy from Christ Presbyterian Church in Tucson, Arizona. Thanks for joining me for another episode of Faith-Filled Friday.